Hello and welcome to ITV News Meridian.
Tonight's headlines in the Thames Valley. More than £500,000 for Berkshire to help plug a skills gap in the film industry and why it could lead to more Oscars.
We need to diversify, we need to be more inclusive, we need to welcome those voices from underrepresented groups.
Calls for more people to become foster carers in Oxfordshire to keep children safe. We meet the couple already fulfilling what is a much-needed role.
Also tonight, the search for Moon, the missing baby donkey from Hook.
I'm at the farm where the little foal was stolen. Can you help return her to her anxious mum?
And we're in Reading to see how the charity Number 5 Young People is improving teen mental health, how your vote could help with National Lottery funding. Good evening. The Oscar-winning producer of box office hit The King's Speech has been with students at Reading University as the film industry tries to tackle a skills shortage.
Gareth Ellis Unwin joined a workshop on the uni campus as it was announced that Berkshire has been given £600,000 to get more people into the film production industry, particularly with the new Shinfield studios. With more, here's Penny Sylvester.
These students are at the start of their film careers.
I have to thank the community, the academy.
The Oscar belongs to Gareth Ellis Unwin, producer of the box office smash The King's Speech. He's been at Reading University to give first-hand advice to industry newcomers.
Nice and still on the studio floor.
Scene 1, take 7.
Action.
His film won 4 Oscars and 7 BAFTAs.
I have received.
Ellis Unwin produced actor Colin Firth, whose own Oscar-winning performance as the stuttering King George drew plaudits for its emotion and intensity.
What quite often happens on a professional set, as soon as the director's called cut.
As the students hung on every word, it was announced the county has been given a major cash boost to help develop film and TV production crews. Hundreds of students pass through the doors of these studios here at Reading University every year. Berkshire's fast becoming a real focal point for the film production industry. But there aren't enough people with the skills to do the jobs, and that's what it's hoped this extra money will help address.
It's really important to me that some of the barriers that I faced when I was trying to get into an industry that I was desperate to become part of are broken down so that anyone, irrespective of age, background, heritage, has opportunity to work in our industry, because we need to diversify, we need to be more inclusive, we need to welcome those voices from underrepresented groups that maybe haven't had the opportunities others have had. So I think we're just at a really critically important time, and I'm so excited by the work that's happening here.
Speaking to him and seeing the Oscar, it just really made me want to work so hard, and it made it really realistic as well.
Understanding the filming environment is a key part of their learning and how the roles fit in with one another, from camera to makeup.
It's been a dream come true, honestly. I came in not expecting anything this crazy, certainly not to hold an Oscar. And I can say I am inspired. I'm going to be working 10 times harder now because those Oscars are going to be mine one day.
The university teamed up with Shinfield Studios, a state-of-the-art Hollywood-style movie complex being built on the outskirts of Reading, putting the county firmly on the film production map. They form the Berkshire Skills Cluster. The driving force behind the new money is Slough-based Resource Productions. Its aim is to increase diversity within the creative sector.
There are current barriers. Now we've had the film industry here in Berkshire, there's a lot more awareness about what the film industry is and what it involves. So the amount of work and the amount of roles that are available, people are now transferring into the industry. Now there's a big boom here.
The film production industry is facing a real shortage of skilled staff. It's hoped this latest raft of money will uncover the talent who'll be making the films we'll be watching in the future. Penny Sylvester, ITV News, Reading.
Some headlines now, and police are appealing for witnesses after a fatal collision on the M3 yesterday morning. A Mercedes Sprinter collided with a broken-down lorry on the southbound carriageway near Junction 11. The car driver, a 38-year-old man from Walsall, died at the scene. Anyone with dash cam footage or who saw the incident is asked to contact police.
A man in his 20s has died following a crash involving a car and a motorbike in Oxfordshire. The bike rider was taken to the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford but died shortly after. The collision happened along the A4074 near Newnham Courtney on Monday evening.
A man from Reading who's arrested at the coronation of King Charles while attempting to protest at the event has given evidence to the government's Home Affairs Select Committee. Graham Smith, the chief executive of anti-monarchy group Republic, was arrested with 6 others by the Metropolitan Police when he was unloading placards from a van.
There was not a single piece of evidence of any intent or capacity to commit any crime when they detained us for searching. And they then released a statement saying we'd been arrested under conspiracy to cause a public nuisance, which was not correct. They then later re-arrested me for that in order to make my arrest record match the press statement. It had all the hallmarks of being predetermined.
I think from a policing duty point of view, it is our duty to enforce the law without fear or favour, whether 1% of the population support a cause or 99% of the population support a cause.
Oxfordshire County Council has told ITV News Meridian it needs more people to become foster carers to help keep children in the area safe.
They want to have at least 20 new foster families each year, but it's a target that's proving difficult to meet. It means some children being placed in homes outside of Oxfordshire. Mark McQuillan has our report.
Michelle and William are fulfilling a much-needed role in Oxfordshire.
There we go, good go.
They started as foster carers at the end of last year, and the council is keen for more people to do the same. They're caring for their second child so far and are finding the experience immensely rewarding.
We've had her for like nearly 3 months now, and we've seen her go from strength to strength, really. She was quite sedate, wasn't she? Quite understimulated. And then in the months that we've had her, she's smiling and laughing, interacting, and that's just been, yeah, the best part of it.
You're getting that level of enjoyment and doing something really, really important and giving back and hopefully changing these children's lives for the better, right? So knowing that is a great thing.
What advice do you have for anyone considering being a foster carer as well?
I think our advice would be do your research. It's not for everybody, but I think the best thing you can do is to speak to other foster carers, and then you can get a really realistic picture of what foster caring is actually like.
Oxfordshire County Council are hoping to use this window of opportunity during Foster Care Fortnight to try and add to the more than 270 foster care families currently in the county. Their aim is to have at least 20 new families join per year.
So we need lots of foster carers to meet the diverse range of our children, and we have foster carers, of course, that retire or need a break, and so actually that pipeline of foster carers, we can never just have too many.
You aim to attract at least 20 new foster care families per year. Last year it was only 16. Why do you think you didn't meet your target?
I think sometimes that people think that fostering is maybe too difficult, or we might be over-judgmental about what it takes to become a foster carer. I just can't stress enough that we need the right people to step forward and look after our children.
Michelle and William are focused on the present and providing the best possible care for their baby. And they want foster caring to be a key part of their future.
Good.
Oxfordshire County Council will be hoping many more families come forward and grasp the opportunity like this couple have. Mark McQuillan, ITV News.
You're watching ITV News Meridian here in the Thames Valley. Still to come.
A little slice of Japan in a back garden. The horticultural wonderland, 20 years in the making, raising money for charity.
Well, lucky old Socks the Fox. It's a bit cold in this studio, but eyes on the prize. We could get a little bit of a blip day on Friday, but at the moment, Saturday's shaping up nicely. Join me for the forecast in a bit.
And remember, you can get more on today's stories by heading to our website, itv.com/Meridian. You can call us on 0808 1010 095, and you can follow us on our social media channels. There was a fresh appeal today for help in finding a baby donkey stolen from a farm in Hook in Hampshire.
Well, the 2-month-old foal, called Moon, was snatched from a field at Miller's Ark. She's still in need of her mother, and staff at the farm say they're desperately worried. With more, here's Amanda Piper.
Well, I, like so many of you, our viewers, who when you heard about the story about Little Moon, one of the little donkeys here, the foal that was born just 2 months ago, that was taken from Miller's Ark here near Hook, from that field over there, I was quite upset about it because it's just a baby. It needs to be with her mother. The mother's here. This is Astra, very distressed, and Elizabeth Well, the owner of Miller's Ark. This is quite a shocking thing because I don't know if you've had this happen before. What happened on Monday?
No, we've been very fortunate over the years. We've never had anything like this. So the mums and foals went out to play, as they do every day. And then very sadly, at the end of the day, when we brought the mums back in, we found that Astra had lost her baby. There was no foal in the field, no foal anywhere. We looked everywhere, even though it's a really well-fenced field, because we thought it has to be somewhere. But sadly, Little Moon was gone.
And you've got, you have got the donkeys here. People come and see them. How distressed is Astra with this? I mean, she must be so lost because Moon was only 2 months old.
Yeah, she really just doesn't know where she's gone, obviously. She's braying. Yesterday she wasn't eating at all. She's distressed every time we come in and the gate clicks. She thinks we're bringing the foal back. What can I say? Yeah, she was very, very bonded, and I'm sure the baby is somewhere braying as well, which is the sadness.
I mean, is there anything that we can do? I mean, what would you like to say to somebody who's perhaps taken Moon?
Well, I'm guessing the person that actually took her won't bring her back, but I would just love to hope that somebody to do with that person would perhaps pop her in a field and let somebody know, let her vets know or something, and we could just get this lovely little foal back to Mum, because it's just so sad. And yeah, I mean, bad things have happened, but somebody can make it right by bringing the foal home again, or dropping it somewhere and telling somebody where she is.
I mean, we've been here like this afternoon for a few hours now. I mean, you can see how stressed she is. And you've got, as I say, more donkeys around here and they're quite calm. But Astra, she really isn't happy, is she?
No, she just doesn't know what to do with herself, really. She's got all run up, as we call it, which is sort of, shed weight, just anxious. Yeah, just not herself at all. She's usually such an easygoing kind of lassie girl. Good girlie, I know that.
Elizabeth, thank you very much indeed. So that's really the message. If you have seen anything, if you've seen a young donkey only 2 months old, please do get in touch. Let Elizabeth know. Just want to have Moon and Astra reunited.
Amanda there, poor Astra, that's so distressing, so sad. Let's
absolutely.
hope that Moon is found and very soon.
Yes, we've had a huge response actually to that story online, particularly on our Facebook page today. We will, of course, keep you up to date with the search for Moon.
More news, and Go South Coast, which runs more bus in Dorset and Blue Star buses in Hampshire, says some routes are busier now than before the pandemic. The government has extended a £2 cap on single fares to October at a cost to the taxpayer of £200 million. The announcement will ease the pressure on operators trying to build up passenger numbers lost when COVID-19 hit.
I'm very confident. We think COVID's in the past now. We're getting more people using us. Government's on side and want buses to succeed. And in the longer run, if we're going to deal with things like carbon, climate change and air quality, we're going to have to see greater use of public transport, and buses are a really good low-cost alternative to the car, both from the point of view of the cost of running them and also for the cost of using them.
Thousands of students across our region, exams are just getting started. It may well be the most stressful few weeks they've experienced.
And that's why ITV is starting a new campaign encouraging teenagers and parents to talk more. It's one of the ways experts say parents can support their children during their exams. James Webster reports.
Every lesson so far has led to this. Exam season has arrived with the first GCSE, AS and A-level exams taking place this week. And these students from Barton Peveril College in Eastleigh admit they're feeling the pressure.
Pretty worried because it's the next part of my education, so it's going from a college and a school to more of a more independent work area, so like a university, so it's quite stressful, yeah.
I don't really know what to expect because, especially for my year group, we've never had formal exams before, proper exams, so I don't know what the best strategies are for me yet.
I'm just worrying about how I'll do compared to others and if my revision strategies have been well enough to make me succeed more, I guess.
New research has found 93% of children tell their parents that they've experienced exam-related stress or anxiety, and 91% of mums, dads and other carers admit having similar feelings themselves. After 3 years when exam grades have been increased to compensate for COVID-related disruption, this year the regulator Ofqual says grades are going back to pre-pandemic levels, which has also had the potential to increase anxiety. That's why ITV is starting a new Britain Get Talking campaign to encourage better conversations between students, their parents and other carers. It's supported by the charity Young Minds and also coincides with Mental Health Awareness Week.
If you are noticing things in your child that you wouldn't ordinarily see, perhaps they've withdrawn socially, perhaps some of the things that they enjoy doing, they don't enjoy doing so much anymore. Perhaps they are eating differently or sleeping badly. And if you are noticing those things, it's really, really important to try and start that conversation with your child.
As well as on TV and radio, adverts will also appear in newspapers and be posted out to some families, with tips for parents to help manage exam stress, including helping to plan revision, finding somewhere to study without distraction, keeping a healthy routine, including plenty of sleep and regular meals, and finding time for relaxation. All tips which teachers also agree can have benefits.
They might be grumpy and they might be a bit annoyed at you, but actually that's very natural. And I think what's so important is just be supportive and help them with the practical things, like help them with a revision plan, help them to have nice meals, try and suggest that they have enough sleep, and just love them and support them through this difficult time.
The key message: exams may be sat in silence, but when it comes to exam stress, suffering in silence is not the answer. James Webster, ITV News.
We were talking about this yesterday, so stressful. And remember, to find out more about ITV's Britain Get Talking initiative and our helplines appeal, just go to itv.com/Britain Get Talking.
Now, the ITV Evening News continues with the national and international news at 6:30. With more, here's Mary Nightingale.
Coming up on the programme, Prince Harry and Meghan caught up in a near-catastrophic car chase. The couple reveal how a 2-hour relentless pursuit could have led to multiple crashes. Also here, new rules for renters. No-fault evictions will be banned, but will the proposals help mend the broken housing market? The world is warming up, and sooner than we think. The warning: we could break the temperature threshold within 5 years.
Run the world, girls, girls, run the world, girls.
And Beyoncé's back in the UK as she takes her world tour to Cardiff. Would you join me for those stories and more at 6:30?
Now to the People's Projects. Over the next 2 weeks, you'll have the chance to help decide where thousands of pounds of National Lottery funding is spent.
Each night this week, we're showing you a project in the Meridian region that's doing great work bringing people together.
The People's Projects is a partnership between ITV and the National Lottery Community Fund. And tonight we hear from number 5 young people. We'll tell you how to vote after this film. But first, James Dunham reports.
It's also good to have different ways of being able to reach out to people.
Thoughts and feelings being shared in an open, empowering conversation.
If you're the one who, needs some help, but your friend knows about it, the more people educated, the better.
Reading students on a course at the town's football stadium, benefiting from number 5 young people, a project aimed at improving mental health.
As soon as I came, I was completely blown away. To be able to feel comfortable expressing anything I needed to within a safe environment was vital for me.
There is no reason why you can't speak to somebody. No matter what the issue is, there should always be a person you should feel comfortable speaking to. And if there isn't that person, it's our job to help those people identify them and go and speak to them and feel comfortable speaking to them.
You can really give your ideas and opinions and get them across to trusted adults that are not going to judge you. They're just going to listen to your opinion and try and help you with that.
If some of you haven't
said you haven't done it before, you could borrow this one to have a go.
The project supports 11 to 25-year-olds. Creative workshops help to weave confidence into young people's lives.
Shoulders, heads, cone.
While Nathania, a trained counsellor who himself benefited from number 5 growing up, is so passionate about breaking down the stigma of reaching out for help.
I hope that representation of a young black male in this can help, men feel they can speak about their feelings, help the black community feel like they can speak about their feelings, and also help young people being a bit closer in age that there's an understanding between us two.
Money from the People's Projects will help Number 5 fund its group and outreach sessions, as well as one-to-one counselling and a specific initiative to support young people who are transitioning from primary to secondary school, as well as those about to embark on their GCSEs.
Currently, we've got 860 young people asking for counselling support, and lots more saying that the group support and outreach really does make a difference.
Hannah is testament to that. Diagnosed as a teenager with OCD and anxiety, she's now a young ambassador for the organisation after the project puts her on a positive path.
I'm still here, and I credit Number 5 for that entirely. They really helped me get myself, back on track and actually finding joy and beauty in life.
For its transformative benefits to reach even more people, the group wants you to
Vote for us!
Well, the 3 projects with the most votes will receive a grant of up to £70,000 and the runners-up will be awarded up to £10,000.
To vote, go to itv.com/The People's Projects. Voting closes at 12 noon on Friday, the 26th of May. You can only vote once per region and you'll need an email address or mobile phone number to vote. Terms and conditions and privacy notice can be found on the website.
Now, thousands of people have been taking part in the National Garden Scheme, visiting some horticultural wonders, and nowhere could be more impressive than a back garden near Ringwood.
Yes, Dawn and Terry Heaver have spent more than 20 years creating a Japanese-themed wonderland, in the process raising thousands of pounds for charity. We sent Richard Slee to take a look.
This is the result of hard work and dedication. And there's no rest for Terry. There's always planting and weeding to do in this Japanese-inspired paradise.
I've always had ponds, and when we moved here I went to Compton Acres in Poole and I saw the Japanese garden, and that was it. I had to have a copy of it. I spend all my time in the garden. This is my holiday.
Terry photographed progress in the garden, with the biggest challenge being the creation of 2 huge ponds and the waterfalls. This secluded and tranquil garden has attracted hundreds of visitors since it opened as part of the National Garden Scheme in 2019.
It's fabulous. It's really pretty. Didn't realise that it would be so beautiful.
We wanted to go to Japan, but when we read this in the Eco, we thought of basically coming here.
It's a beautiful garden, and there's a sense of stillness. The Japanese theme is so strong here, and they've put lots of seats and parts of the garden where you can just sit and reflect.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Colour, beautiful.
The money raised from the entrance fees and the sale of plants goes to Great Ormond Street Hospital. Terry and Dawn's son was treated there for leukemia when he was a toddler.
We saw so many sick children when we was up there having final tests done for my son to come off his treatment, and we just thought it was a good way to raise money for them. And friends that have come around the garden said it'd be better if people could see the garden, because nobody else saw it. It was only ours.
What's your favourite part of the garden? I think it's got to be the top end looking down through both ponds at the pagoda.
So far, Terry and Dawn have raised £13,000 for charity, and hopefully that will be topped up by another £4,000 this year. The next open day here will be Sunday the 25th of June. And that gives Terry and Dawn the chance for a brief rest before the next visitors arrive. Richard Slee, ITV News, Ringwood.
Absolutely stunning. And as somebody said there, you don't need to go to Japan.
Just go there.
Just go there.
Just brilliant.
Just down the road.
Let's find out if it's gardening weather coming up. With the details for us, here's Sally Williams.
feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
Hello there, a very good evening to you. I hope you had a lovely Wednesday. It's a hard life, isn't it? But someone's got to do it. And hopefully Mr. Socks the Fox will have some more warm, sunny spells tomorrow, although there is still some cloud bubbling up and occasional showers. As we head into Friday, we've got a slightly higher risk of seeing some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms, but there's a bit of uncertainty and we'll keep you posted. So let's take a little look at the rest of this evening. A shower here or there, but pretty much dry. You can see that we're holding on to a little bit more cloud than the last few nights, so those temperatures won't drop down quite as far. It'll be a bit milder, and in fact a few areas staying up into double figures, so not quite as fresh first thing tomorrow morning, but probably a little bit cloudier. That early cloud though will start to break up and we'll start to see that sunshine coming through, but as we go through the day, once again further cloud moving in at times and a few showers dotted around here and there, pretty hit or miss, and plenty of dry weather for you to enjoy. And in that sunshine, feeling very nice and pleasant. Temperatures doing pretty well, highs of 15 to 18 degrees tomorrow. Now, let's take a look at the high tide times. Portsmouth, 11:12 in the morning and 11:36 at night. So I did mention Friday, we've got this cold front sinking southeast. Now, it is fizzling out as it does so, but it could well bring a few showers here or there, the chance of some thunder, maybe even some hail. So slightly more unsettled on Friday, but I said it would be a bit uncertain, so we'll keep you posted on that. As we head on into Saturday, it's looking a bit better, a bit more settled. We could get some occasional showers on Sunday, but at the moment not too bad. And you can see our temperatures gradually creeping up a little bit as well. That's it for now. Let's take a look at the pollen.
Valent sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
Most people who are allergic to pollen are allergic to grass pollen. Because the season's only just getting going, the levels are low, but there is still oak pollen in the air and those levels are moderate to high. That's it. I'll see you later. Cheerio.
That's it from us. The ITV Evening News with Mary Nightingale is coming up shortly.
I'll have your late update just after 10:30. For now, though, from all of us here, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Back to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.